Everyone. Welcome to the Crescent Hall Phoenix Cup seven-a-side tournament. So, as promised, just putting a video out there with some information regarding the tournament this Sunday. This is actually the third video I've made, uh, which I've posted, but then obviously had to change because we've had teams drop out. But I'm hoping now, with it being Friday, with the weather looking really nice for Sunday, no one's got in touch with me about pulling out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're good to go now. So I'm just going to go through a few things in regards to the tournament, the format, the teams that are involved, etc. Um, and then, yeah, hopefully it'll answer any questions that people have got. A few people have messaged me, so I think this is the best way to get the information out there. Um, so before I go into the few bits, what I want to do quickly is just go through, so just do the draw. So I use this bit of software here for the tournament, which is really good. It does everything for me, and it's going to be live on the day as well. So everything's going to be able, you guys will be able to view everything online and through an app as well. So like live scores, live group standings, etc. So I'll go through all that shortly, but the main thing for now is to go through the draw. So as you can see on the left, we've got 16 teams. We're going through four groups of four where everyone plays each other twice. So a lot of game time, especially in the group stages. And more importantly for me, is that we're going to be running two cup competitions on the day. So the main cup, which includes the cash prize, is the Crescent Hall Phoenix Cup, which is this one here at the top, and then we've got one of the lesser, like a lesser cup, which is called the Silver Cup. So the good news for everyone is everyone makes it through the group stages, and then depending on where you finish in the groups, that'll decide where you go in terms of what cup you're going to be playing in the knockout. So top two of each group will go through to the quarterfinals of the Crescent Hall Phoenix Cup, which is the main cup, and the bottom two, so third and fourth place of every team, of every group, sorry, will go through to the quarterfinals of the Silver Cup. So, minimum games in the group would be 6 games each, and then if you get knocked out in the quarterfinals, you've paid £100 per team and you've had 7 games, which I think is really good value for money. And we've got other things going on the day as well. So that was important for me to make sure everyone gets good value for money, and everyone's playing uh, as many games as we can fit in. So as you can see, the teams all on the left. We had someone pulled out yesterday, but we had a team come in last minute called Icon FC. So thank you for that. Really appreciate that. And with that being said, that brings us to 16 teams. So there's the groups by default. So what I'm going to do now is, this piece of software lets me um, shuffle this all up. So I'm going to do it 3 times so it's fair. So that's once, that's twice, and then the third time is what the groups are going to be on the day. So that is how we look for the groups. But I'll go through a little slideshow now, and that'll automatically update, so you guys will be able to see it a lot better now. So if I just go to the presentation, and then I change this, okay, and then we should be good to go. So this will have a lot more information. So yeah, the tournament this Sunday is from 10 to 4 o'clock. We're hoping to get away before 4, but that all depends if everyone is there on time, signed in, and good to go for the first game, which we're hoping gets underway at 10 o'clock. So I'm asking everyone to be there for 9:45, um, and hopefully we can get the games underway at 10 o'clock. So we're gonna have food and drinks there, which I'll go through in a bit, because I'm raising money in my father's name, and we've also got a videographer on the day as well. So that was really important to me. Um, Crescent Hall. So Crescent Hall are as you know, the name of the tournament is Crescent Hall Phoenix Cup. Crescent Hall are the guys that are sponsoring the tournament. So really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much to them. They're also getting on board and sponsoring my Sunday League men's football team as well, which you will hear about, because I will be trying to tap players up on Sunday to play for my men's team. But yeah, massive thank you to Crescent Hall. They've got on board this season, and they've sponsored us, so really appreciate that. The rules, the most important thing is the top bit. So all teams must register at 10 o'clock. I'm changing that to 9:45. Everyone needs to be registered with me at 9:45. So we're good to go for 10 o'clock. Pretty standard rules. No slide tackles. Overhead is allowed. The main two things are regarding the referees. Don't want no disrespect, no dissent, no arguing with the referees. These referees I've used for many, many years. They're all FA accredited, and let's just get off their back. Um, this is the group stages. So as you can see, this is Group One and Group Two. A few of these teams I've heard of. A few of these teams played last year, so I know that the level of this tournament is going to be really good. So it should make for a really good day of football. And this is Group Three and Four. So as I said, top two go through to the Crescent Hall Phoenix Cup, and then the bottom two of each um, group go through to the Silver Cup. So everyone will get through to the quarterfinals. It just depends in which cup you're going to be getting through to. Um, uh, this is how the knockout stages are going to look. Again, this is all going to be made available to view online and through an app. I'll go through that in a second. I'm not going to release the schedule yet of who's playing who, because I don't want to do that and then people, for some reason someone's late, a team's running late, and then we have to wait for them or anything. I'll do that really, really last minute, and I'll have that made available for everyone to see. But yeah, that's it in terms of the format and that. The structure I think is really good. Everyone's going to get plenty of games. So there's just a couple of other things um, to talk about. The tournament itself. So the way I've done it is I've done it on this software. So everything is going to be made available to view online. So if I'll put the link of the description in the description of this YouTube video. So the link that you get, if you were to access it on your phone as like a website, you'll get brought to this page here. So it's just a bit of information here. And then you've got, if you go to my team, here's all the teams that are there. Say for example, you click on your team, it'll tell you what group you're in. Um, and these are the groups, exact same groups that you've just seen now. So this is perfect for me. I wish I found this out earlier, and I could have used this previously. So I'll be updating this. Me and someone else will be updating this live as the tournament goes on. So you guys will be able to see it. So if you've got this URL here, which I'll put in the description, you'll all be able to see it. So it stops everyone running up to me and asking me, how many points have we got, what do we need, how many goals, etc. It's going to make life so much easier. And then, as I said, if you've got an app, there's actually an app of this which you can download. I'll put the link in for Android users and iPhone users. It's called Tornify. So if you type in Tornify, which is the name of the app here, Tornify, and then it'll ask for the name of the tournament, and if you just put in Crescent Hall Phoenix Cup, it'll bring it up, and then it'll have this information here, a bit more, um not as much information, but it'll have the main bits of like one, how many have you won, drawn or lost. So it's just a way for you guys to keep up to date on Sunday as you're playing, uh of what's going on. The other thing I was going to mention is regarding the food and drink. So I'm gonna have food and drinks. I'm getting my family involved. They're making not too much heavy stuff. It's gonna be just bits to pick at, vegetable spring rolls, fruit kebabs, and then drink, etc. On the day. I've even bought some of them sports performance gel things that people use. So they'll all be available to buy on the day. Cash if you've got it. If not, I've got a card reader there. So all the money, everything that's raised, then is going to be going to, in my father's name. I'm hoping to raise enough money and build a water well for my dad. He passed away 3 years ago this October, and I wanted to do it last year, but unfortunately just couldn't get around to doing it. But I'd really appreciate if everyone can just bring whatever you can and buy wherever you can. I think that's it really for all I need to say. Everything else, if you've got any other questions, if I haven't covered something, please drop me a message. I know everyone's asking me about game time, but again, it really depends on what time everyone turns up. If we can get everyone on time, then we're looking at maybe 12 minutes for the group. If we're running late, then it's going to be 10 minutes per game. So remember, you're playing everyone twice. That's 60 minutes of game time in the groups. And then definitely in the knockout stages, we'll extend that as well. So plenty of game time, uh, really good value for money, I think. And speaking of money, whatever you owe, outstanding balance, I'll put it in the text. Please, if you can get that transferred to me before the tournament on Sunday, I'd really appreciate it, because the last thing I want to do is having to send my kids round to you when you're sitting on the side of the pitch asking for £80 or however much you owe. It's not something I want to waste time doing. So if you can do that, I'd really appreciate it. Any other questions, drop me a message, and yeah, I'll see everyone on Sunday. Best of luck to everyone. Take care. Goodbye.